she couldn't talk.
You know it's on video, right? Alright, so today we have the aftermath of our last trek day. At the end of the last video, I think I let you guys know that I blew an axle towards the end of the day. All the grease fell out of it, and I was blowing chunks off my old NT01s. So today we're over here with Mr. Wannabe M3 himself, AJ. And camera credit goes to Mr. Quinn.
Quinn Media.
So we're gonna go ahead and get in there and see what the damage is. I gotta give you guys a sneak peek of what's gonna be swapped out. But I found out as I was tightening the wheels that day that some of the lug nuts here, well, some of the studs are actually loose. This is the second time it's happened to me on a TDMI hub. I'm not sure if it's because their steel isn't up to OEM specs, so I'm using my old OEM hub. Pressed 2 new studs into it because 2 were stripped, and we're gonna go ahead and recycle that TDMI metal. So we're gonna take the wheel off and see what kind of damage we got. But if you come on in this way, you can already tell there's movement here on this stud. That one's good. This one's okay. And there's movement on this stud. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Black gold or axle grease. We're gonna have to clean all up. And then my axle is gonna be replaced. And as you can see, here's the play. I use these hub-centric rings, but here's the play on this one and this one. Like I said, this is the second time on a TDMI hub, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my old OEM hub back in there. All right, so we went ahead and removed my old knuckle, and as you can see, it's in there. Thanks a lot, TDMI. Maybe it's a faulty hub. Maybe again the material that they use just expands enough to make the stud go loose under some of the hard cornering that we do at the track. But you can kind of see here in the hole, see how it's just moving. Again, this is the second time it's happened with a TDMI hub, and yeah, they were new. Yeah, the studs were new. The studs, if you guys have any questions, they're from 2J Racing. These are the 82mm ones. Yeah, so I've never had an issue with any of these. I have it on the rest of the car. No other hub does this except for since I've changed into these TDMI hubs. So again, what you had to do to go ahead and remove it, first thing you want to do is we remove the 32mm that goes to the front of the axle. So get your 32mm socket. After we removed the 32, I went ahead and removed the 217s that go here to the strut. After you remove that, you're going to need, well, in my case, because I have a wheelwood kit, I use 215s to remove the brake caliper from the knuckle, and then it was a 19 to remove the tie rod end from the knuckle as well. And at the very end, you have the bottom hole, and that's reserved for the 22mm that goes to your ball joint. I went ahead and checked my ball joint, checked my tie rod end, make sure no boots are torn or anything like that. Also, before I forget to mention, the 14 that goes to my progress sway bar, that was also disconnected to be able to get more play with the control arm. Pull the axle out. It wasn't too hard. The best way to do it is definitely try to find a fork that'll go in through the axle bottom so that when you get to that retaining clip, just pop it out. So what we went ahead and found is the axle right here. As you can see, there's a tear right in the crease of it. That's where all my grease came out. I'm more than sure a rock hit it or something hit it when I went off that first time, and it tore over as the day progressed. All right, so when you put the axles in, one thing I've seen is a lot of times we end up buying remans or new China ones. The remans a lot of times don't have the balancer that comes with the OEM axle, so you may get a slight vibration when you're driving over a certain speed. This one right here is an OEM one that's been rebuilt. I tend to keep extras of all my OEM axles for that reason, just so I won't have any issues. Also, when you put it in, it does click twice when you put it in. It goes past the snap ring and then it goes in a little bit further. What you want to do is you want to tap it from the front side of it, but don't tap it with a metal hammer. Don't tap it with something like this. All you're going to do is mar up the ends and damage the threads, and then you might not be able to put your 32mm axle nut back on. So you definitely want to go ahead and use something softer, a rubber mallet. Let me look for my rubber mallet. Where's the rubber mallet, bro?
Down on
Oh, here it is. Looking down, not up. So, easy. Put it in the hole.
That's what she said.
It goes there. It just clicked one time. The second time, just need a bigger rubber mallet. You gotta tap it in. Sometimes you can use a rubber mallet at the end, or sometimes you can just push it, and there it is. It's all the way in.
Sauce.
Got AJ over there power washing some stuff. We already went ahead and power washed the undercarriage of the car. What we did is we used engine bay degreaser, sprayed it down, let it sit, then scrubbed it in, agitated it with a wire brush, spray it, pressure washed it, then hit it again with the engine degreaser, got as much of that grease as we could off. So it's looking pretty clean. All we got to do now is mount the tires, and we'll be ready to roll in just about a couple minutes. So I was battling traction all day. Here's some of the problem with it. The tires are pretty old. I think they're about 3 or 4 years old now. But I was chunking a lot of the rubber off. You can see here I was down to the cord. I'm missing a couple pieces in some of the tires. This is just one of the victims, but it's okay. I got new track tires. We'll mount them up in a little bit, show you guys what the new track tires look like. Track setup is on. That's right. Went ahead and ditched my old wheels, although my OZ Super Legeras were definitely light. I wanted to go with something a little wider and go step up to a 15x8. So I went with the TE37 in 15x8 in the classic bronze. It clears my brake calipers no problem. Definitely meaty on a 225 4515 NT01. I don't have any rubbing issues, and don't mind that right there on a Sunny GTS bumper. Those are battle scars. I wear them proudly. So that's the new setup. I thought I'd go ahead and upgrade it while I was in there. And I do have another set of daily wheels that I'll show you guys maybe next time. But if not, you can always check my Instagram. Should be on the screen right about now. Follow us, follow AJ, especially him, he's a lonely guy. Next episode, we will be replacing the axles on these two bad boys right here. Getting 3x8 TE37s for these. And replacing these ugly white old stock wheels. And going with something a little wider and fatter. Alright guys, until next time, that is it. Jay, how you feeling today, bro?
I'm awake.
Oh, today of all days, homie's awake. Could have had a catchphrase going, homie. Yo, AJ, how you feeling today, bro?
Sorry.
That's better. Car don't look like this. Little Brazzers action.